My name is Jessica and I have no idea what I'm doing. Today I'm going to be testing out the Glamlite X Mikayla palette. This is the first one. I know the second one recently came out. This was not something I had planned on getting. It was in the Glamlite bundle that I bought that I still don't think I've posted the haul for, but I've been trying out a lot of the palettes. And unfortunately most of them are not working out for me, and I think it's because of the cream eyeshadows. If I had known that all the shimmers were cream eyeshadows, I probably wouldn't have bought anything, because I have hooded eyes and they don't mesh well with most cream eyeshadows. So, like, especially ones in the palettes, like they do well with the ColourPop Super Shocks, which are in the little things, but generally not in palettes. So I'm gonna be trying this out. This is the front. I mean, really pretty. Love the cool toned lavender. Love the silver glitter. Oops, there's Mikayla. Sorry, I don't know who you are. It's a nice look you got going on in the back there. Oh, look at that. She even tells us which ones she used. Now I'm gonna do my own thing. That's cool. And look at this. Look at the front. This has been entertaining me a lot. It's the truth. And when you open it up, there's a plastic sheet, nothing on it, just there, and has a mirror, and we got quite a range of colors in here. We have some greens and like a couple blues. We got purples, pinks, a yellow, a silver, and like some oranges and neutrals. I mean, I think it's a pretty solid looking palette. Once again, like one of my complaints with Glamlite is that a lot of medium toned stuff, like there's nothing super light, which, I mean, first of all, with my skin tone, I need like some lighter shades in there, and just personal preference. I like having really light to really dark with stuff in between for the contrast of it. But we'll see how it goes. I think I'll do pink and purple today. I have this eye primed, this eye not. I don't know why, but I do that with every eyeshadow video, so I decided to do it today too. But I can't imagine that these are going to wear well on me without a primer. I think I'm going to try to get like super creative today, or I'll try. I'm going to start with Handy, which is a yellow matte. And that's going to be my inner transition shade. And I'm using my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it. It's an interesting yellow. It's very cool toned, like almost a bit green. Definitely looks more so like what I described in the in real life versus in the camera. In the camera it looks more like honey, a little more golden toned. It's not like that on the eyes. Just letting you know. It's also not incredibly pigmented. That seems to be the case with a lot of yellows lately that I've been trying out. So far, no difference on the unprimed side. Just a little difference in tone. Oh yeah, I think you can see this is a little warmer than this. Then I'm going to take MJ. Ooh, it's very pigmented. It's like a medium toned, or like a medium value cool toned lavender. Ooh, I like that. I'm going to put that on the outer half of my transition area with the same brush and gently blend the two together. I like this shade a lot. The pigmentation is really good. And it is true to pan. Love it. And you know me, I love cool tones more than warm tones, especially when it comes to purple. Ooh, so it's darker on the unprimed side, but still cool toned, still pigmented. I like that shade a lot. I hope it wears well. Then with my IBY crease brush, I'm gonna go into Iconic, which is a light hot pink, and I'm gonna put that on the inner crease blending into the yellow. Then I'm going to take Pot 2. I guess that's her accent. I'm gonna assume Boston. And that is like a medium to deep warm toned purple. And that's gonna go in the outer crease here. I feel like I'm going in with a lighter hand than I should, but I'm afraid to lose that other purple that I love so much, but I'm here to try stuff out for you guys. And of course, blend it into the other side as well. Just trying to even it out because my eyes are uneven. Has nothing to do with the eyeshadow. Okay, then I'm going to take Frisky, which is an even deeper version of that, maybe a little bit more berry toned. And I'm going to put that on the outermost corner of my eye. I'm also going to take my BH Cosmetics brush with a 6 on it, this little one. Take a little more of that and gently start to work it into the crease, so it's a little more cohesive. I know, how does one make a look like this cohesive? But I think you know what I mean. Alright, time to try the shimmers, which I'm nervous about. I'm going to start with Portugee. I don't know what that is. But it's a deep royal purple with tiny like blue and pink sparkles in it. It's a cream. I don't know why I expected anything different. I was hoping. But I'm gonna put this on the like outer third kind of the lid and blending it into that matte that I used. Yeah, so it's already spreading and I didn't do much with it yet. This one's gonna be all over, I can tell you that. At least on me, which is sad. Then I'm gonna take Immaculate, which is a warm medium lavender. It's beautiful, but this is also gonna be all over. I'm gonna put this toward the middle of my lid and blend it in. Then I'm going to take Simping, which is a light pink. Different than what I expected. I feel like maybe you can't see, but they don't totally match. This one's more like a candy pink, and this is more like a soft cloud lavender pink, if that makes any sense. I'm going to put that on the inner third of the lid and blend it in, of course. I would say not too much difference between the two eyes in application or in appearance. It's just a matter of, you know, is this gonna wear well on me? Which probably won't, which is sad. Let's see, what do I want to do? I guess I'll go in with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it. Go into Handy and put that on the inner half of my lower lash line. And then I'll take some of Frisky, the deepest matte purple, and put that on the outer half of the lower lash line, blending it inward. I feel like a butterfly or a high fashion festival or something, I don't know. Just trying to, again, fix that a little bit. And then I'm taking my smaller version of that brush from Wish, and I'm just going to see if some of these pick up. So I'm going to start with the Portugee one, and I'm going to try to put that on the like outer third of my lower lash line. Okay, there it is. So if I can pick something up on a brush, a shimmer anyway, or a cream, that's usually not a good sign for me. That usually means it's super spreadable and therefore going to make a mess on my eyes. Then I'm going to take Immaculate, put that toward the center, and then Simping, and put that toward the inner third. That one's a little harder to pick up. I feel like not quite as shimmery. Okay, so I mean, I really like the look. Mattes weren't bad. The shimmers are pretty, but I'm worried about how they're gonna wear. So I'll let you know. Alright, so I'm happily surprised. This side wore pretty well. The shimmers did spread some, but there was no creasing. The look still looked good at the end of the day. The only thing is that the pink that I had put in basically turned to a peach, which, I mean, I put the yellow under it, but even so, usually it stays that way during the day. And this one kind of just like, I feel like it morphed during the day and it lost all the pink and turned to peach. Thought that was interesting to note. On this side, spreading, of course, there was definitely creasing, but remember I didn't put any primer on this eye, and this is my worst eye, and I have hooded eyes, so I'm not surprised. Also, it did take quite some time before that happened, so I am impressed. Today I think I'm going to try some of the blues and greens. So I'm going to start with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it, and I'm going to go into the best color, which is a mint, and I'm going to put that as my inner transition shade. Ooh, that's bright and pigmented. Oh, I like it. Maybe it really is the best color. Nice. By the way, I do have both eyes primed today because that is what I prefer and I don't want that creasing to happen. Then I'm going to go into Rhody, which is a light, like sky blue, turquoisey blue. And I'm going to put that on the outer half of the transition area. Ooh, this one's really nice too. Very pigmented. Just going to blend it into the green and blend it out. It's higher than I wanted it to be, but that could be a me problem, not the shadow. Then I'm taking my IBY crease brush and I'm going to go into Mass Hole. It's an interesting shade name. This is like a Crayola blue. Like when you pick up the blue crayon, like this is what comes out. And I'm going to put that in the crease, mostly toward the outside. I'm just dragging it inward a little bit. This is also applying nicely. That's cool, I like that. Then I'm going to take a little bit more of it on my pinky and just put it on the outer third of the lid. Might be a little patchy, but might be me because I'm using my fingers. So I'm going to use my BH Cosmetics brush with a 6 on it, just to make sure I fill that gap. Fix that shape a little bit more. Then I'm going to take Nas. I don't know what that means. Originally I thought it was a silver. I still think it is, but it seems to have some blue flecks in it. It's a very interesting color. I don't know how much you can see, but it's silver, but I feel like it's also a little lilac, a little turquoise, a little green. I'm going to put that on the inner 2/3 of my lid, and I'm going to pray that it doesn't make too much of a mess because it's super pretty. Just blend it into the blue. Yeah, there's definitely something special about this shade here. It's not a pure color. It might have like a light duochrome to it. Then I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it, go back into the best color, and put that on the inner half of my lower lash line. Then I'm going to take Rhodey, put that on the outer half of my lower lash line. Blend it in the middle, of course. And then I'm taking my smaller version of that brush from Wish, going back into Mass Hole, and just tightly lining the outer half of my lower lash line and blending it in a little bit. I'm going to take that same brush, pick up a little bit of NARS, if I can, and put that on the inner half, tight to the lower lash line, like that. Not how I would typically wear blues and greens and silver and stuff, but I like it. I think that's pretty. On the other side, I'm going to start with Loop, which is like a chartreuse avocado olivey green. I'm using my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it, just in case I didn't say it. And I'm going to put that as my transition shade. I feel like it's a little bit lighter on the skin, but it's okay. It's still pigmented and still pretty. I like it a lot. Then I'm going to take my IBY crease brush and go into Freetown. And that's like a tealy green. I think it's going to come out more green because of it being on top of the avocado kind of color. But that's okay. I'm going to put that in my crease. Just cleaning off my brush, trying to blend this a little more. I'm going to see if it can go a little darker. I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics brush with a 6 on it. Again, I think it's because I have the light green underneath, so maybe I should have used this one first if I really wanted it to be like super deep. Pretty though, I like it, and it is performing well otherwise. Cleaning that off just to shape it a little more. I'm going to take Audrey, which is like that same shade but sparkly, super deep, and that's going on the outer third of my lid. Need to try not to put too much because I know how these shadows are gonna wear. And then I'm gonna take Bonehead, which is like an emerald green. Ooh. I'm gonna put that in the middle of my lid. Blend it in. I think those two would be better off separate from one another so you can see the contrast better, but I'm just trying everything out. And then I'm gonna use Stunnin', which is a stunning lime green, almost golden, and that's going on the inner third of my lid and blending in. Then I'm taking that smaller version from Wish of my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it, And I'm going to take Audrey, and I'm going to put that at the lower lash line on the outer third. Then I'm taking Bonehead, and that's going in the middle. And then I'm taking Stunnin', and that's gonna go on the inner third. Yeah, so it makes me nervous that they picked up pretty well because I think they're gonna move around and crease. I'm hoping these shimmers wear like the pinks and purples did. I just had to hunt around a little bit to find this palette. I'm just about done cleaning my room and my makeup and reorganizing all that. Hopefully that video will be coming soon. But anyway, today I'm going to test out some shades from the last two rows here. I'm not going to try all of them. Some of them are just too similar, not my style or anything, but I'm going to try some out anyway. Unfortunately, the blue look and the green look, they moved for sure, which I could have dealt with that, but they did both start to crease as well. The green's definitely more noticeable than the blues, and at some point during the day I did try to like just pat it in with my finger to see if that would fix it or extend its wear, and it just did the same thing, and that was toward the end of the day. So for it to go right back to where it had been with the creasing, I mean, that's kind of odd. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was still, I guess, like doable makeup. Like it looked okay enough like during the day, but you know, I really was hoping that it wasn't going to do that. I absolutely regret buying all of these Glamlite items in the bundle. I have both eyes primed once again. On this eye, I'm going to start with Simba, which is like a corally peachy color, on my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it. No, with a 3 on it. And this is going to be my transition. Very pretty. Pigmented, blending out pretty well. But these shimmers are just not working out for me. I can't imagine that they work out for everyone else, but I haven't seen anyone complain about them. Then I'm going to take my IBY crease brush and go into Willow, which is a deep brown, and I'm going to put that in my crease. Maybe keeping it more concentrated on the outer 2/3 to outer half. And just to make sure I've gotten everything, I'm going in with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 6 on it to really pack that in more and make sure I get deep in there. I'm going to take a little bit of that and put it on my outermost corner as well. I mean, as far as browns go, I'm not really a brown kind of person, but this is a nice one. Probably because it's cool toned that I like it. Just gonna shape it a little bit more. Clean my brush off. That should do it. You know what? I think I'm actually going to take New Beige, which is a purple. It's like a muted purple, like a muted warm purple maybe. And put that on the like outer half of my lid, blend it into that brown. That wasn't what I'd planned on, but here we are. And then I'm going to take Manifest, which is an interesting looking color. It's like a yeah, it's like a purple silver mulberry almost. And I'm gonna put that on the inner 2/3 of my lid. Or rather the inner half. Wow, that one's like super sparkly. Blend it in. Yeah, I basically lost that other one because this one is such a showstopper, you know? Oh, why not? Let me try to use all the shades, right? So I'm going to go in with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it. And I'm going to go into Gemini, which is this like warm tan beige. And I'm going to put that across the entire lower lash line. And then taking that smaller version of that brush from Wish, I'm going to take How You Doin', which is like a mauvey taupe, and I'm going to put that tight to my lower lash line. Yeah, we're not really seeing what this one can do. I shouldn't have done that. So I have a feeling I would like that one. And then I'm going to take Willow, same brush, and just put a little bit of that tight to my lower lash line on the outer half of it, fading inward. I would like that other one, I think, because it's cool toned, of course. Not because it's neutral. And then I'm going to put a little bit of Glow Up, which is this sparkly peach shade. Very pretty. On the inner corner. Not what I would usually do, but just trying to use up the rest of the shades so you can see. On the other side, I'm going to take Harley, which is a light beige, like a cool toned beige, on my dollar store brush. I just want to see if I can set my eyeshadow primer with it. It might be light enough. Yeah, if I use it lightly enough, that works. Of course, anything too bright on top of it will now be muted. But it can work, especially for someone who's a bit darker than I am. Then I'm going to take Buffalo Chicken on my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it. And I'm going to put that on my inner transition area. It's like a matte corally orange. It's pretty close to that Simba shade, honestly. Too similar. One of these could have left, or one could have been like, you know, like a bright orange perhaps. And then we could have put a light shimmer in here. Just gonna pack a little more. See, yeah, no, it's pretty similar. On the other half of my transition area, I'm going to use Hot Cocoa. It's an ironic shade name because usually Hot Cocoa is like a deeper brown. This is like a warm, maybe gingerbread kind of brown. Not my kind of shade, but it performed well, and I know a lot of people like that. Then I'm going to take Cookie, which is a medium to deep shimmer brown. And I'm going to put that on the outer third of my eye. Then I'm going to take Accent, which is like a, I guess more of a peachy bronze. And I'm going to put that, it's pretty. I'm going to put that on the inner 2/3 of my eye. I think I need a little bit more of Cookie, just so I don't lose it. I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it and use How You Doin' across my lower lash line, just to see if it's any different, because I want to see it in its pure form. I feel like it gets a little bit warmer on the skin. I'm only going to take that halfway in, and I'm going to finish with What's Poppin', which is like a bronzy gold, and I'm going to put that on the inner half of my lower lash line. Yeah, I mean, that's okay, but I want to really see it, so I'm going to use my finger. Like that. This is definitely not how I would wear these shades, at least, but I just wanted you to see them. This one, maybe. This one's kind of interesting. Not what I would usually do, but I would be more apt to wear this one. So let me just swatch everything. Harley, how you doing? Gemini, what's poppin'? I mean, oh no. I just felt a bunch of the glitter fall out of this thing. Oh no. Why? That's not good. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep that closed as I do this, because I want the glitter in the palette and I definitely don't want it all over my room. Anyway, I think you know my thoughts about this palette. I really wanted to like it. The colors are really pretty. Yeah, some of them are too similar, but it's not a huge deal because, I mean, they're really nice, but the Glamlite formula just doesn't seem to wear on me, which really sucks. Please let me know if anyone else has had this kind of issue, and if you were able to fix it, what you were able to do about it. Help me out. Yeah, now I'm like super afraid of this palette. I don't want the glitter everywhere. I really wish all these shimmers were powders. I mean, you know, the mattes are nice for the most part. Maybe if I was an all matte person, but I'm not. Here they are. Alright, that's it for today. I hope you have a good day no matter what it is you're doing. Bye! See you next time!